My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Haunted Mansion. Not the Haunted Mansion, just Haunted Mansion. They dropped the "the," it's cleaner that way, but this is a movie I was actually excited for two main reasons. The first one is I liked the trailers. I thought it looked like fun. The second reason is because my favorite specific subgenre is spooky family movies. You know, movies that are kind of scary, but not too scary. Like Coraline, Paranorman, Beetlejuice, Ghostbusters, movies like that. And we need more movies of that kind. Like, that's why I loved Doctor Strange 2 last year, because I thought it fit that subgenre very nicely. But this movie is just a failure in every single way. In fact, this is the worst movie I've seen in 2023. I absolutely despised it. There is nothing to recommend here. The directing by Justin Seaman is awful. Like, within the first 10 minutes, this movie is a complete mess. It begins with a flashback, and then it cuts to present day, and then it has opening credits, and then it cuts to different characters, and then it has the haunted mansion, and then it goes back to the first character, and then we go back to the other characters, and like the last time we saw the mom and daughter, the mom and son, they left the house and then they live in it, and they do explain it eventually, but the entire first 10 minutes was just unbelievably sloppy, and the movie doesn't get better from that point on. The movie is absolutely lifeless, and it's a real drag to get to. I checked the time so many times while watching this movie because I never found it engaging, and there is no excuse for this movie to be 2 hours long. Just none. There is not enough substance here. Like, please make movies shorter again. Please, I'm begging you. And on top of that, this movie is $160 million worth. Like, that's the budget. What happened to it? Where did it go? Because it did not go into this movie. The production design is fine, but the CGI, which the movie is overly reliant on, is hideous. Like, not even in a fun, campy way like The Frighteners, but it's just hideous. And there's just no sense of atmosphere or tension. And like, for a movie that's trying to scare you and trying to make you laugh, it doesn't succeed in either or. It's never scary. I don't even think kids would be scared watching this because it's just so poorly made. Like, some attempts here are laughable. There's just so many times where a ghost just appears in a meal, but you can tell the director has no handle on how to make that scary or anything. It's just underwhelming in every sense, and the movie's never funny. I never laughed once, and it's trying really hard to throughout. Especially everything with Owen Wilson in the last act, just, it was cringy. And then on top of that, you've also got yourself some terrible sound mixing. There was one scene where a song is playing, I forget what song, and just the music against the dialogue and what was going on, it was just, this movie is terribly made. Like, Justin Seaman, I guess he did the show called Dear White People and a movie called Bad Hill, and I'm just saying that from what I've seen from him, he has no talent. And I don't say that to be mean, I'm just telling you how I see it. And then you've also got a story that has potential. It's trying to explore grief, but it just really falls flat every opportunity. Every emotional beat feels incredibly forced. It never feels organic. It feels like, oh, this is the scene when we try to make the audience cry. And it's so transparent. And even like, I don't know, I already said there's just not enough story here. Like, this movie could have easily been tightened to an hour and 30 minutes. And even when you think things are going to pick up, they never really do. Um, and it also does that thing where it just starts making up rules on the spot, and you're just like, okay, whatever, I guess, why not? And then we get to the cast, and look, Lakeith Stanfield, he's an Oscar-nominated actor. People love him, and for the life of me, I don't see why. I thought he was great in Short Term 12. I thought he was good in his 5 minutes in Get Out. But man, this guy is such a flat, boring actor, and he's just sleepwalking throughout this entire movie. Like, it's an atrocious performance, and he does not have it to carry a movie. Rosario Dawson, I thought was very flat as well. Chase Dillon didn't do anything for me. Owen Wilson, who I love in movies, it just feels like he didn't even want to be here. And then they tried to give him a character arc in the last act, and it was just, no. Tiffany Haddish is tied with Awkwafina for the most overcast person in movies. She's annoying. She's never good. I really didn't like her. Danny DeVito is even flat here. Jamie Lee Curtis has nothing to do really. But then we get to the good performances. And look, I'm just going to say it. Just like House of Gucci, Jared Leto is the standout here. To my knowledge, it seems like he played the character and voiced him, and like he's covered in CGI. I'm sure he's wearing a green screen suit the entire time, so you can't actually recognize him. But if it's him voicing the character as well, I thought he was the one actor to have any sort of a presence just in his line delivery. I was impressed by him, and I also liked Charity Jordan. She's hardly in the movie, which is a real shame because the movie's kind of reliant on her a bit. But yeah, I thought she was good in the very short time we see her. But yeah, look, this movie just isn't good in any way, shape, or form. In a year with Ant-Man 3, Indiana Jones, and The Little Mermaid, this is Disney's worst movie this year. The brand is tarnished, and I don't know how they can come back from this, and it doesn't look like the Marvels is going to do them any favors. The movie is directed atrociously, like to an embarrassing degree. It is never remotely funny, it's never remotely scary. There's no creative vision on display. The cast is all phoning it in. The story is dragged out and lifeless and just one giant slog. This movie is so boring. I just despised almost every moment of watching this movie. So I'm going to go ahead and give Haunted Mansion a 0.5 out of 10. You know, I was confused on why Disney would release this movie in July, 1 week after Barbenheimer, but after watching it, I kind of think they might be trying to bury it. But what did you think of Haunted Mansion? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.